Veritable takes his place. So into stall 2, Veritable now housed, and the 5 runners are set. They're off and racing for this long distance race for the 2-year-olds. The Unibet 3 Uniboosts a day British EBF maiden stakes race. Veritable on the far rail moves on early. Outflank keeps company with him in the early stages, and now as the bend approaches, Maho Bay is just sent on. Maho Bay matching strides now with Veritable for the lead. Veritable, though, wants to claim it all to himself and just for the moment turns away Maho Bay. In behind them, Mythical Valentine is alongside Outflank, who's probably just a head away in 4th place now, and the back marker is the filly Kindly Queen. So Veritable had a brief challenge for the lead, but now establishes a 2-length lead himself. Veritable from Maho Bay second, and then 2 lengths again back to both Outflank on the outside of Mythical Valentine. The back marker is Kindly Queen. Down the back straight they head and race towards the final 6 furlongs, and up front Veritable taking the field along. Veritable to halfway. Maho Bay in 2nd position. Tracked still by Outflank, and then on the rail Mythical Valentine and the filly Kindly Queen still at the back, still in touch. Turning then back, the half-mile marker now in sight. The leader Veritable. Maho Bay's a length away. The other 3 in behind, with Mythical Valentine nudged along now. Outflank on that one's outside, and still Kindly Queen. She's still last, 5 lengths off the leader Veritable as they begin the run back towards home. So on straightening up, just outside the final 2.5 furlongs, Veritable with Maho Bay poised. Behind them, the other 3 making quite hard work of it at the moment. Outflank, Kindly Queen, and then Mythical Valentine as Maho Bay strides on. Maho Bay goes on from Veritable, the other 3 making no impression, and rolling on inside the final furlong, Maho Bay comes impressively clear. In the hands of Billy Loughnane, looks like Godolphin have got another very nice prospect on their hands for next year. Maho Bay has romped to victory. It's tight for 2nd place between Veritable and Outflank.
I thought it was a good ride from Billy Loughnane as well. He was clearly on a horse that he knew had ability, but it would have been easy for him early on to take back or indeed stay posted wide, but he pressed forward on Maho Bay, then got a lead off Veritable, and the rest was pretty emphatic.
Yeah, taking a bit of pulling up as well. It was straightforward, wasn't it? And he was far too good for them.
Well, I think Billy made it straightforward by that early decision, to be honest, because it might not have been straightforward had he not made that move.
And he's raced differently to the other newcomer who looked a little laboured initially, but then has run on, but just took a while to organise himself and to... Ultimately, he was done by the better, but probably faster horse as well, who's been much more professional. And with another few strides, he would have got past the eventual second, but the winner was absolutely gone. You just don't know how strong a piece of form it is, but visually, that was everything you'd want to see on first start.
Definitely, yeah. Lots to like about it. Son of Dubawi out of La Pelosa, half-brother to Cavallo Bay, Spring Beauty, lots of winners in the Pedigree, and Charlie Appleby's won this race. He won it with Aegean Prince last year, who was an odds-on favourite, similarly to Maho Bay. So he's used this race before as a stepping stone for a good horse, and he's done it again with Maho Bay. They could have a double as well, because Golden View in the 5-10, also a newcomer, also a son of Dubawi, is odds-on in the next.
And we see here 2 out, Billy Loughnane sort of pressing the button and whoosh, a sub-11-second furlong 2 out there for Maho Bay, the only horse in the field to do so, and had that energy under the hood because they crawled around for much of the race, a finishing speed percentage of around 113%.
Well, they've really kicked off a bit of a crawl then, haven't they?
Yes, and I think going back to the very start, I mean, that was the situation that Billy Loughnane had. He was looking over to see what the field were doing. He decided they weren't going quick enough, so he didn't want to be back there and wanted to be up the front and dictating the pace, which is exactly what he did, and Maho Bay showing a good turn of speed.
he's taken an age to pull up as well. I think there is a lot to like about this performance.
And I think it'd be interesting to see what trip he'd be campaigned over. I reckon we'll see the horse back in distance. You know, he's had a go there over 11. He's clearly got bundles of toe. You know that in this sort of race you're probably not going to get much pace on. So albeit over this distance where he's obviously seen it out very well, but he's been able to dictate and show that toe. But he's clearly got pace to come back in trip, and I reckon that might be what happens with the horse ultimately.
Yeah, and those horses I mentioned that he's related to, he's a half to Cavallo Bay, who was placed as a 2-year-old in group company over 7 furlongs, and Spring Beauty, who was a sprinter, essentially a 5.5 winner in France. So there's plenty of speed on the dam side.
And Dubawi can do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So that will excite them as well, the fact that this horse looks to have a pretty potent combination. I know it's very early days, we don't want to get carried away, but looks to have a really good mix of both sire and dam that will make Maho Bay a pretty potent threat wherever he goes moving forward. I also liked, and it's not really a surprise, but I liked how professional he was when Billy asked him to go and, as Josh has given us, clock those quick fractions. He was straight. He was always moving, going forward, and to the extent where he couldn't pull him up, there's a really professional, talented racehorse there, I think. And look, as I said immediately afterwards, we don't really know what he's beaten. He might not have beaten an awful lot, but you can only beat what's put in front of you. And as a starting point, I think that would be as close to 10 out of 10 as Charlie would give one, I'd say.
You haven't learned, as you were alluding to, you haven't learned much, rather, I should say, about how well this horse stayed because of that slow pace.
Yeah, but you want the speed at whatever distance you're running over, and he's got that, because that's the mark of a good horse and a quick horse, and that was pretty taking. Let's have a look at the SPs. They were 5 to 6 favourite. Pretty solid was Maho Bay. Billy Loughnane, Charlie Appleby Veritable was second at 9 to 2, 6 lengths.
Maho Bay makes a very impressive debut here at Kempton. Yes, another Charlie Appleby debutant to do that. This one by Dubawi. Well done, Billy Loughnane. Stall 5 just made your life a little bit tricky for a newcomer.
Yeah, it was a beat slow out, and I was just keen not to let it turn into a typical sort of dawdle and dash for a couple of furlongs. He's such a big boy, so just let him float round to sit second, and we actually went even throughout. But he's got a super attitude. As soon as he was there, didn't need cover, he relaxed straight away without it, and I loved the way he picked up when I asked him to.
Always interesting, you look on paper, he's actually got quite a sharp dam side. The dam actually won a grade 1 as a 2-year-old. He's huge though, you can see why they're under a mile 3.
Yeah, he's massive. I'd say he doesn't lack gears, and he would have been able to start over a mile, but obviously they've started him at this trip, and it wasn't an issue either.
And also you can put him up.
Exactly, he galloped out lovely through the line. The penny was only really dropping the last half a furlong, and yeah, he hit the line well. Yeah,
nice big strong type. Ancient Wisdom, just very quickly, you must be looking forward to riding him. It's a hot little listed race.
Hot listed race. Obviously the two market principles opposed each other as subtle, so they bring good form to the race, but Ancient Wisdom's been very consistent all year. He's probably been a little bit unlucky not to quite get his head in front. Looks a nice option for him, and providing he acts on your weather.
Excellent stuff. You're on my Wednesday wager, so you better win.
Thank you. Cheers.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.